In terms of troubleshooting monitors, we can follow the same logic. The flow goes from an input channel through aux sends onto either an amp and onstage monitors or an in-ear monitor system. So as long as you have an operating input, that is, you have a vocalist, for example, coming into your mixer, if that's all fine, we worked out all that input troubleshooting in the last section, then the fault points would be, is that signal being sent down an aux send? Is the aux send master up? Is the aux send connected to my amp and onstage monitor or the in-ear transmitter / receiver? So there are basically 3 different stages of possible problems. The first is inside the mixer. Do you have the aux sends, set up properly? Are those sends on aux 1 pulled up, across or in varying amounts across all of the mixer? And also, is the aux 1 master up? Then is that aux 1 sent from the back of the mixer out to the amp and then to the onstage monitors? I mean, are the amps on? If we're using in-ear monitors, then we need to use our basic wireless troubleshooting logic that we just learned a moment ago. Is the transmitter on? Are the receiver belt packs on? Are they matched up to the same frequency? Now, if a person on stage can't hear any monitors, then it's either inside the mixer, problem with no sends up, or maybe the master not being up. Then is the amp not being on, or any of the connections in between. Like I said, a wireless issue if it's an in-ear monitor deal as well. Now, if they can hear one thing but not the other, then everything past the mixer is fine, and now it's just to deal with the individual aux sends and how they're set. Most likely, it's going to be the connections. Check the aux send out of the mixer and also the connections between the amps and then the onstage monitors. Check if the amps are on. If it's an in-ear monitor thing, then take out your wireless troubleshooting guide that we learned a moment ago. So you can see how many things can go wrong with connections and or frequencies. So my big suggestion here is actually make that, actually make this a commandment. You need to have a line check before the band even turns up. Take a few moments to tap out all of the inputs and make sure that they're coming up onto the board right here. I normally have someone on stage just with a drumstick, just gently tap on all of the mics and make sure that they're all coming up here where they're supposed to come up. Maybe strum on a guitar or just bang on a keyboard, or do the old 1-2 down all the vocal mics, just make sure there. So you can also listen to all the monitor sends on there, maybe by sending, if you have a CD player or something like that right here, you can send that CD channel right here down to the various aux sends. Have someone on the stage send it down. Aux send 1, are you hearing the CD? Aux send 2, are you hearing the CD? And all that kind of stuff. Also, make sure that all the have fresh batteries and all of your wireless systems are all working correctly. Once you know all of the inputs are good coming into the board and all the aux sends are good going back to the monitors and also out to the main speakers, then you'll pretty much, you're good to go, and then you'll be ready for when the band comes in. So a good solid line check ensures that everything is connected and working. You'll learn how to, make them sound good in the sound check. When the actual musicians come in on the stage, we'll learn that in a little while.